Hey everybody, this is Chris with Invest LYH, and there's been a lot of talk out there with the Kamala Harris $25,000 down payment assistance, and I wanted to discuss that. A policy like this has been used in the past, but I do think there's a little tweak that needs to be made for this market. The policy used in the past was around, I think, at least 2010 is when I remember some people getting it around that time. I don't have the exact number, but what happened is the builders had a lot of supply. So there was a significant amount of supply on the market. So allow people to get into homes with little down payments so that we were able to move some product is what they would say. Today it's a little different. And the way that I want to discuss this is by looking at the market as a 100% market, meaning this is every home that we have on the market. And a lot of people assume the only way that the supply can affect the market is by growing it to, let's say, 110%. So adding 10% more units onto the market. This is not a bad strategy. It is very sound. The only thing is, in general, the timeline for this build, it's long. So the idea here is, can we kind of bridge the gap for this timeline? So let's kind of take a look at something that I see as the major tweak. So if we were to take up the market, 50% being median, 25%, 75% of the entire housing market, where are our supply issues mainly? They're right about here, right? And then our demand issues are up here. So what if we could equilibrate both of these markets? To do that, if we have the 100% market, the current proposal would look at this section here and give 25K. What if we shifted it up here? So rather than having it there, we had it like right here. What would this do? Think about it if we're looking up here at the supply and demand. Okay. So so let's say this is median right here. And I would even suggest shifting it above the median. So what I would say is I would say 60% to 110% of median. And what that does, okay, let me get rid of this guy and just say we got that. What that does is it incentivizes these people here to sell their home. And we already know that on this side, we have those two charts are, we have the supply curve and a significant demand curve. By moving people to that, it'll equilibrate the supply curve, which will provide more units and lower prices. Then on top of that, right? So that's number one. It'll add entry level supply. This would be point one of how the $25,000 could actually help. And you would have to shift it to the 60 to 110% of the median. Number two, because now these people need to buy. And if we scroll up, where are they buying? So now in this upper market where the supply is vast and the demand is limited, we're going to flatten out the demand a little bit, right? So it'll be a more equilibrated market at that higher end as well. So what we're doing, so that would create buy up demand. Okay, let's say this all takes 6 months. Now, the third kind of factor to consider is when we look at all the way up here. Here's a thing that I would suggest somebody would have to look at. I think Lance Lambert does a good job of explaining the supply chain of building homes. Now we can add the builder. We what we allow for is the timeline to build becomes more efficient, because now instead of trying to jump on entry level, they understand that their margins work at a certain price point. And what they can do is they can develop efficiencies so that with this 6 month time frame, they know, because when people buy the buy up home, they're buying too. Now they might be downsizing, they might be looking for something else. And if they downsize, maybe that could even fill some of the multi units out there. Now that's a discussion for another day. But I think the idea here is to kind of come up with some ideas to understand that I'm going to move over here, within the 100% of the homes that we have, instead of just looking for that added 10%, can we shift a percentage up, which will get us out of the supply issues and create demand for the supply that's out there already? Just a quick thought that I thought I would share. I'll try to post this video today. If not, it'll be tomorrow. And I think I'm going to write this up as well. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Keep in mind, I don't know if I mentioned it in this video. I did mention it online. This is an interventionist play. Sound economics, these things right here, they assume no intervention. Okay. So just keep that in mind. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys.